Aha, you made it! Hello, it's Joaquin Gomez and welcome to Gift of Joy, a series where we showcase the various charities here in Singapore and meet people from all walks of life with unique stories to share. Now, I won't be alone on this journey. I do have some friends joining me, so let's hit the road! Hello, it's Joaquin Gomez and welcome to yet another episode of Gift of Joy. Now today's one will be quite special because we're not featuring a charity per se but more a website called Pass It On. Now we're on our way to meet Mayor Denise Poor to find out more, so join me. So are you here every day, Mayor?
Not every day, but the work is every day. So I work from the office, the car, everywhere.
Today I'm here actually to discuss more about Pass It On. So my understanding it's a website. Could you tell me more, like what is its mission?
Come take a seat first. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah. So what is the mission of Pass It On?
First of all, Pass It On, the program is one of the 52 that Central Singapore CTC has. For this particular one, we partner the Helping Hands, which is a halfway house to promote a zero-waste lifestyle. And it's a portal where we work with the Helping Hand to match the donors of what we call pre-use items with the needs of the beneficiaries or their intermediaries, which are the social service agencies, family service centers, senior activity centers, anyone who may speak on behalf of the beneficiaries.
So when you say pre-use items, I can give anything?
You can. I mean, it ranges from toys, furniture, clothes, and so forth. And the only thing that I always request is when we give, the spirit of giving is give them in good condition, not because you want to dispose of something, but basically you sincerely want to bless somebody else.
Okay, let's just say, for example, I have a couch at home and I want to donate to Pass It On. So what do I do? What are the steps do I do? And will movers be arranged for me or do I arrange all this myself?
Okay. So how it works is this. Just go to the website, www.passiton.org.sg. Then you look into the donors list on what you want to give. You can put it there. A photograph would be useful, describe the item, especially the measurements, because sometimes they may not fit into the homes of the recipients. So you can also go into another screen page which actually has the wish list of people who need something. So it could be put there by the SSO or the social service agencies or the potential recipients themselves. And then basically click on and specify what you want to do, and then somebody will contact you. However, in fact, a lot of my beneficiaries may not be able to afford the delivery charges, so we will ask the donor bear the cost for delivery or arrange for delivery.
How else do you think Pass It On can benefit families here in Singapore then?
So there's a loftier mission which is really to promote zero-waste lifestyle. Right? So if you have things that still can be used, don't throw it away, please give it to someone. The similar important mission is also, we really want community to help community. And that's where we develop the good habits of not just wasting things, but also be part of a society that bothers about other people and their needs. So it does benefit the beneficiaries for sure, but it also benefit the larger society.
All right, thank you very much, Mayor, for this brief introduction to Pass It On. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joaquin.
There are so many listings on the Pass It On website, but one listing stood out for me. The client is an elderly man who performs music and wants a laptop to record his songs. As someone who also loves music, I wanted to help, so I contacted the social worker to find out more.
Coming.
Hello, Michael.
Hello.
你好，你好，这是 Joaquin.
Hey, Joaquin.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
I used to miss you.
You miss me. We just met. He misses me. Okay.
我们可以进来吗？
请进，请进。
谢谢。
Sorry, my broken
He
English.
said nice to meet you, I think.
Because Michael lived in a shared apartment, we couldn't chat outside for long, so Chen Yi suggested we moved the interview into his room.
So upon walking into this room, I realized I've walked past him so many times at Orchard, and I'm actually meeting the guy right now, Mr. Michael.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
sir.
you.
First things first, how old are you this year?
68 already.
68. And for this, you are renting.
Yes. This is renting about 1 month only. I have one house, but I give for my child and before wife.
So you're more or less homeless.
Yeah.
In terms of your earnings from busking, was it enough to sustain your lifestyle?
Actually, I'm very lucky because I'm busking, the income is okay for my rental and give the 赡养费.
Can you tell me more about your music career in the last 60, 50 years that you've been doing this?
I'm musician already, music drama.
Singapore?
And Singapore.
So
Singapore.
MDC?
MDC.
I also, sir.
Eh?
Also.
But after the major leave, we also go already. 1976, Singapore People Association Chinese Orchestra. Then I full-time inside there. Then my conductor asked me to go Hong Kong. So I follow him go to Hong Kong. 7 years.
So now, what is your struggle in life?
Now my struggle is very difficult because one, no have money. Two, no have people to help. Life is okay. Life have many orchestra, sometimes friends can help, but the musician in Singapore very hard to make the money.
So, like I mentioned earlier, I walked past you so many times at Orchard.
Yeah, thank you.
How did you start busking?
2000 years I come back Singapore.
Year 2000.
Nothing to do. Then I do the recording. I have many MP know me now. So I say, why you don't want to do busking? What's busking? I don't know. So the MP helped me to fill out the form. Then after I go audition, then I take the license until can busker until now.
So how many years already? 8 years?
I think
9
over
years?
8 years already.
How long more do you intend to stay here? Are you looking for a cheaper place?
We apply for the HDB.
Yeah.
Orchestra
Yeah.
help me. Maybe next year can apply.
So how do you feel being homeless here in Singapore?
Now, 我自由，但是孤单 alone. New Year, happy birthday, every day, National Day, every holiday, only one person.
Then your friends, 朋友?
I don't have friend. Family, I have sister, brother, but everybody very busy. So I write down here. I have problem, I die or what? Somebody must call here. Worker soldier also have name inside there. Maybe one day, call. I don't go out 3 days. I don't know. Because I'm 68.
But how's your health?
But I okay lah, now everything okay. I can until 99, no worry. But very hard to say this one.
Do you think about your kids?
I miss. I take care my twin, 8 years. So I miss, but until now, I see one time only. He come to Orchard see me only one time.
Do you text every day like fasting?
I don't know
dancing?
the number.
If you had a chance to speak to your twins, what do you want to say to them?
Remember Papa, okay lah. Have problem, fight Papa.
After listening to Michael's story and how he's able to hear his music, he knows what he wants and all that, hey, wouldn't it be nice if he actually had something to produce music with or to record his own music with? And then he kept saying the words of computer or laptop, and I realized there was none around his room. So I think that would have been a good idea for him to actually have a laptop.
Mr. Michael, it was good
Yeah.
talking to you, but I think it's time for you to go and busk.
Yeah.
Can I actually give you a ride there and watch you in action?
Can, no
Okay.
problem. Can,
Let's go.
can.
Mr. Michael, when you play, right, you play from what time to what time?
4 to 10.
4 to 10. Do you play for 6 hours straight or do you get a
Yes,
break?
play the 6, no break.
Then why do you pick Orchard?
The shank is over 3,000 years old. Orchard Road is the #1 in Singapore, very modern place, you know. So 用最古老的乐器在最现代的地方表演。
Using something old
Yeah.
at a place that something really hit.
Yeah.
So when people see your instrument, they go like, hey sir, what is this?
Yeah, I said this one is called shank.
So having followed Michael to his busking area, helping him set up, it's really like clockwork. Having heard him play, I think that's the first time I actually stood there, observed and watched him play. You can tell that he's not going through the motion. He really feels the music despite having played it thousands of times. It's nice to see. Hello, sorry I'm late.
Hey, where were you?
So I do know plenty of musicians here in Singapore. While on Instagram, the first name I saw was JJ Neo. And without much encouragement from me, JJ just said, hey, you know what, I got you covered, I'm on board. it's amazing because she came in with a box of goodies and some things in there I was not expecting to find.
One of my older laptops that I don't use anymore, so I've only used this for like a year on and off.
Perfect pairing with Pass It On. What else you got inside there?
We have headphones, right? We have a DVD drive, CD drive, just in case he has to extract files from older files. And of course, because everyone's on social media, we need a ring light and a tripod.
Wow.
And this was actually a donation from like a friend.
Okay.
A
Wow.
mic. Isn't that just like the most useful thing?
So given how we have a microphone, tripod, light stand, and a laptop, I think Michael can also be a podcaster now. Can tell his stories, you know. Okay, so we unpacked everything.
Yes.
Now I need you to just pack everything back again.
I already did it once.
So you can go and give it to Michael. This is Michael's gifts of joy, I would dare say.
Unfortunately, JJ can't come along with me because of a previous engagement, so I'll be surprising Michael on my own.
I'm actually very excited.
Hi. Who?
Hello, Michael.
Oh, hey.
Michael, can I come in for a while?
Hey, no problem, no
Come,
problem.
bring me
Okay,
inside, bring me
welcome,
inside.
welcome, come. Yeah, come here.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, Michael, this box is very heavy.
Yeah, I can put the table
Oh,
first.
sorry, I got a lot of things to carry for you.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Do you know why I'm here today, Michael?
I don't know. I don't know yet. but-
Okay, so the last time I met you,
Yeah.
you said you need a few things, you want a few things.
Correct.
What was it you wanted?
Computer, I think.
Okay, Michael, do me a favor.
It's okay.
You put your hand, put inside here.
Wow,
open.
it's coming. How to use? I don't know how to use it.
What is this? What is this? You think
I think
you can open the box? Open the box. Open the box. What is this?
Laptop 我的
Correct.
laptop 你在哪？我要电脑是为了我的音乐。你们又送了我这么多的 speaker 来 everything， 终于我可以自己做一个 studio。当义工打给我的时候，是说他们要再重拍一点东西。开门看到要给他拿一大箱东西，特别惊喜了，就是因为我想了很久，然后自己的能力目前是没有办法。现在非常的开心，然后觉得还是很多有人情味了。
Hello, Zoe.
Hello, welcome here.
Thank you for having me. And what is Rainbow Centre exactly?
We are a social service agencies that supports persons with autism and multiple disabilities. Across 3 campuses, we run early intervention programs, special education programs, workshops for parents, and also for public and corporations. We are all about shaping good lives for persons with disabilities to enable their meaningful participation.
So why does Rainbow Centre use Pass It On?
It's a very straightforward platform where we can connect the needs of our low-resource families with the general public who have things or items to pass on.
So are we meeting anyone today?
Yes, let me bring you to meet one of our students, Nurin.
Okay.
Come. Hello.
Hello.
Here we are. Meet Nurin and her arts trainer, Jonathan.
Hi, nice to
I'll
meet you.
leave you to it.
Don't leave me alone with art. Oh no. Okay, no, I'll just take a chair. I think I found one here. Okay, Nurin, so what are we doing today?
I enjoy motorcycle and Isa got painters.
So, how long have you been painting for or drawing for?
About 4 years before I go operation my leg. For 1 year, I never come school.
Okay. So, I'm looking at behind me right now and I see so many paintings. Were all these done by you or your classmates?
By myself and one of them my classmate do. So I help them to do finish it.
Wow, well done. It's a Game Boy. Where is this? What's
It's
this?
a UK place.
And how long do you take to finish this one?
About 5 weeks.
Can I tell you something? I'm terrible at art, so if you get me to do this, it'll take 2 years. Anyway, Mr. John, I want to ask you, so is it just Nurin in this class or are there other people with her as well?
Usually there are other students around as well. 3 to 4 of them come in for a session at a time.
So in terms of choosing what to paint, is there a program or just sit down and paint whenever you feel like painting?
Well, we first kind of work with their strengths, discuss with them the interests. We kind of think up a style that goes with the subject.
Yeah.
And then she makes the magic.
Mr. John, is there anything I can do or like try to replicate what she's doing right now?
Can.
So as I'm doing this, Nurin, aside from, drawing, painting and art, what else do you like doing?
I like to play the drum.
Wow, and when do you learn playing the drums?
Last year,
Last year.
I was 5 years old. I used to play drum arcade with my mother.
Do you have a drum machine or drum kit at home?
No,
Then where you play?
I go to school the drum every Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, looks like you're good at those lines. Now you have graduated to working with Nurin on her artwork. Awesome.
I'm not going to ruin her artwork. I'm just going to sit and watch. Okay, carry on, carry on. Hello, special delivery for Nurin.
Hi, come in.
I'm going to come in, okay? Okay. You look very happy. Only because I know I got you your favorite. I can't let me go to the food first. There we go. 20-piece nuggets for you. We got all the sauces there as well. Actually, I just realized I saw you like McDonald's since very young, is it?
Yeah, I like cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Okay, there you go. Okay, please eat.
You.
She went for it. Wow. It's so good. So Nurin, as you're eating, let me just ask you. When you go to school and you come back, how do you travel?
I take school bus and be home. After I come back home, then I clean my house, then I clean my church stuff.
Yeah.
Then I went to buy dinner for my mother and me. Every Wednesday, I have afternoon lesson on drum.
Okay.
Then I travel until MRT.
So where is your drum lessons and how many stops? Is it far away?
Very far, I do it Potok Mall.
Then what do you learn over there? How did they teach you?
I learned the song, the old song, the reason.
Okay, and you can play the whole thing already.
Not really a bit.
So I can play the piano. So if I do the first note, the dun dun dun, you can do the you can do that?
See first.
So, okay, you finish your drum lesson. Then how do you practice? Like, do you use your phone, iPad, or?
No, my teacher gave me the practice homework. Then I used to stick practice.
Okay, okay.
I have video, the reason song.
Oh, let me see, yeah. Show me the video. Wow, I like quality. So when you play, right, aside from using the sticks, right, how else do you practice the drum?
I use a drum app.
Drum app, show me. What's the drum app?
This.
Okay, so how do you, okay, oh.
You want
But-
to try?
Yeah, sure, but like, I feel like doing everything live. It's like an intro, right? So we are doing a very interesting activity today. Want to say a big thank you to our friends over at Auto at West Coast for hosting us. So you got Nurin, Nurin's grandmother, you got me, and then a wild Hazel Teo has appeared out of nowhere. What are you doing here?
Because it's my first time ever prawning, and you asked me,
Yeah.
so here I am.
Have you prawned before? Is it your first time prawning?
Oh, first time prawning.
Nurin?
First time.
So I guess we're all four first-timers here. Let's see who catches the first prawn then.
I'm gonna win this.
So surprising Nurin was interesting because firstly, after school, she always go home. How do I get her out of the house for a while? So the plan was to actually bring Nurin and her grandma to prawning. I think it's the activity that you can sit there and just kill time with. And then I got Hazel with me, who's a spark of energy. I think Nurin and grandma were very entertained by Hazel's screams and antics. So during that time, what was happening off camera was there's another set of crew that went to go get the drum set, put it in the house, build everything, connect everything, make sure it's working. We were all waiting for that one text come in saying, okay, we are ready.
Joakim told me about the surprise, the entire drum set. I was so excited. I was trying all ways and means to prolong this surprise so that the crew has more time to set up the drum set at her place.
So Grandma, I had the pleasure of meeting the lovely Nurin. So what was her story? What's her condition? You want to share more about us?
When Nurin was born, the doctor said she unable to walk the whole life. But when the first operation is success, Nurin can walk.
Machi, I was going to ask, so did the doctor say why Nurin cannot walk? Like, what was the condition?
Because of the knee. Her knee is not joining or something like that. Before she have the scooter, I always worry, tell her, when you want to get down, you get down from the front so the captain can see. I very scared of Nurin fall down because of the operation, the metal at the knee, and she cannot fall down. Now she have a scooter, I not worry, she very independent.
So I understand because I see that Nurin is wearing a hearing aid.
Oh, yeah.
So was she born with that condition or was it gradual that happened?
Yeah, she born with that condition according to the doctor. Yeah.
So how do you communicate or what was it like for you then?
If she use the hearing aid, she can hear, but if they doesn't use, she cannot hear at all. So she depend on the hearing aid. Yeah.
I feel like both of you have a very tight bond. Like,
yeah,
you know, you guys are so close.
Baby. That time when I stay JB, she come to my house every school holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 1 month. And my house is second story, right? She can climb one day, don't know how many times. So excited. She climbed, come up, come down, come back, come down like nothing.
So Nurin, was it tough for you walking around? Because the way your grandma describes it, you make it look very easy. Was it tough for you?
Not really.
Not really?
Were you ever afraid running up and down the stairs so quickly?
Not really.
After hearing about Nurin's story from herself and her grandma, I felt like Nurin is a very, very brave girl. I really like that walking is such a luxury to her. Running up and down the stairs, you know, she treasures that so much. And this is a strong reminder to me to never take life for granted.
So Chick, can I ask you, where did Nurin's love for drumming come about?
That I don't know.
Yeah, Grandma also lead the way, I'll follow. Okay. We are home, and what is that? Nurin, what's that?
That's a drum.
That's a drum! So the moment we stepped out of the lift, I had to make sure it was Nurin walking first because I want her to see the drum set in full view. And I said, hey, it's a drum set, it's your very own drum. You wanted this, right? And she goes, yes, you know, I did. Go for it, Nurin, go, go. And our Daikin volunteers, they brought in this big drum set for you.
Hi Nurin, we hope you like this gift and enjoy your drum set.
Thank you very much.
We are very excited and honored to make a contribution towards Nurin's journey.
All right, your first drum set, how do you feel?
I feel great. Yeah.
So how this is going to be definitely better than banging the air, right?
Yeah, I feel like short and surprised. I got going back my grandma's house. Then suddenly they all asked me to come my house. Suddenly I saw my drum is on the back. I feel like happy. So now I just practice more and more.
Nurin, I hope you enjoy your new drum set. It's your gift of joy. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for the drum and thank you for making friends with me and get to know each other more.
No problem. Thank you to our Daikin volunteers as well and to pass it on. That's it, it's Joachim Gomez signing up from this episode of Gift of Joy. Can I get a padam? There we go. Roll the credits. Hello, it's Joachim Gomez. If you want to spread some joy this holiday season, then why not help families in need with these daily essentials? Log on to shopandsshare.sg, find out more, and simply pledge a donation, and we'll handle the rest. It is that easy to do your part for charity.